Okay, there it is, one K&N filter, and well and truly overdue for a clean. Okay, let's clean this K&N filter. Now this is what you'd normally expect a filter to look like, just a round cylinder, a lot wider though, but a lot shallower. But today I'm going to be cleaning the pod filter, as we just showed you on that Honda. These are very, very popular in little sports compacts and whatever else you want to fit them to. Extremely difficult to clean, extremely difficult, as you're going to see. Especially ones that have the filter going down into a cone on the inside as well. That makes them a little bit more complicated to clean. Now, to clean this, you don't use terps like we do with the uni filter. You have to buy some special gear. Now I've got here a K&N recharge kit, about $24 from Supercheap. You must use that to give it a good clean, as they recommend. Comes in 2-pack, one cleaner and one oil. Yeah, so we're going to be using that in a minute. Now we'll just stick to what they say in the instruction sheet. Yeah, okay, so let's just follow step 1. We've got to spray this cleaner onto the surface, inside and out if we can. That's what makes it more difficult in these ones, is getting into the inside of the filter. Makes it quite awkward. So once we spray this on, we let it soak for 10 minutes, so we've got to wait 10 minutes. Okay, that's just to clean it. What we do then is step 2. Once we've let that soak in for 10 minutes, we have to hose it off with low pressure water. Now if that hasn't cleaned it, then we've got to go through that process again. Spray some more cleaner on, wait another 10 minutes, hose it off. Yeah, okay, so you might have to end up doing this twice. So a good part of half an hour is just about almost gone, and you've only just cleaned it. So let me do that, and then we'll hose it off with water and see what it comes up like. Oh, watch this stuff, it's a little bit deadly. So do it in an open space if you can. I'd like to say at this point, I do not like these filters, honestly. They are a real pain to clean. The round one, not too bad. Yeah, I can live with those. That'll be very, very easy to clean, this one. Inside, outside, so easy to do. These pods, honestly. But in a lot of performance cars, you don't have much choice really. You'll never get one of these inside a little sports compact, so I guess that's why they invented these. Okay, we've got that pretty well drenched, so we'll let that sit for 10 minutes. You can see all the gunk that's coming off the filter under my hands. Quite filthy. So we'll let that sit for 10 minutes, and then we'll hose it off and see how clean that's got it. Okay, now it's time to hose this out. You just use low pressure water and hose it out from the inside. Wow, look at the colour of that. Beautiful. That's pretty filthy. And then we'll do a bit from the outside. Okay. Okay, 3.5 hours later or thereabouts, we're ready to start the oiling process of this K&N filter, and this is going to take some time. Now it's important that you get oil distribution across the whole pleat. Now what the instructions say is that you apply the oil down the pleat, and you've got to wait another 20 minutes for the oil to soak through the entire pleat. And then after 20 minutes is over, you check all your pleats and make sure that they're all coloured red and there's no patchy spots in there. If there's a patchy spot, then you're going to have to top up that little patchy spot for a little bit more oil. So yeah, so once again, we've got another huge wait after we apply the oil before we can even use it. So let's get into that. That's going to take a little bit of time for me to do this, and I'm sure I'm going to fast forward this. I'll film the whole lot, but I'm going to fast forward it because I'm going to be here a while getting a nice distribution of oil on each of these pleats. So let's do that. Okay, let's see if we can get a nice even coat of oil on these pleats. Now if you've never done one before, you really don't know how much oil to put on, so it's a little bit of trial and error. for the first up. And as it says in the book, you've virtually got to give it that 20 minutes for the oil to soak into all the cotton gauze. Okay, so you're probably not going to get it first time. And as you can see, it's not that easy. Sometimes you hit the pleat, sometimes you don't. You fill up the valley full of oil, and it's a pretty hit and miss. But we'll see what it looks like at the end. Now there is a spray that you can get. I think that would probably be a very good option. At least you'll be able to get a nice even distribution of the oil across the pleats. You just hit it with the spray can and let the oil soak into the pleats. Oh boy, I'm getting sick of this already. Starting to get a little bit tired here of trying to put it on, so don't try and rush it. You know, this is just one of those jobs that's going to take you a while. You just got to grin and bear it. Because if you don't do this properly, this filter is going to be useless. Okay? Like any filter element that needs oil put on it, like the uni filter needs oil, without the oil, the K&N and the uni filter are totally useless as air cleaners. They must have this oil in there to trap the dirt particles. Otherwise, the particles of dirt just pass straight through the element because they're high performance filters and they're free flow. They don't really offer any restriction to flow of air. Consequently, they can't stop dirt unless there's some sort of medium in there to stop it. And the oil is the medium. Without it, the filters are a waste of time. We're nearly done. We've come almost full circle. You can tell where you've been when you come back to it. And I'm back to the start. Okay, so I've got to let that sit for a while now and see how well I distributed that oil. I'll tell you what, I am not impressed. I've oiled it okay, it's all soaked in, it's relatively good, but guess what? There's water dripping out of it. 3.5 hours in the sun, you'd think that would be all dry by now, wouldn't you? So that's not good, not good at all. So if you want to sit there all day and clean one of these things, then that's the way to go. So we'll have to do this again, clean it, strip it back down, re-oil it, and it might be a tomorrow job, I think. But that's basically how you do a K&N, okay? So you've seen all the procedure there. This is all soaked in quite well. I've got a fairly even coat of oil all over the filter. It's a little bit over-oiled because you can actually see the little bit of a track of oil running down the inside the valley of the pleats. So a little bit over-oiled, but we'll put up with that. That'll be okay. But yeah, back to the drawing board. Have another go, eh? Hope you enjoyed that video, and good luck with your K&N filter when it comes time to clean it.